The real brand.
Yeah, they look like they make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. The real brand is here with me. Of course, we're checking in.
We want to thank Kahdejah for allowing us to, the opportunity. She has a beautiful setup. She has a beautiful mind. And hopefully, we highlight all her accomplishments. She got a lot of them, So today is going to be a special day. It's special for me, special for my boy Beezy. And we just want to thank Kahdejah for allowing us to do what we're doing. Because, she could have got anybody, but she chose us, which is great. And we are thankful.
Yes. They're very, very intelligent individuals. I have a thing for the millennials because I'm in the millennial area. That's part of my assignment. These guys are very intelligent. Like I said, we are here celebrating 30-day devotion. Restore, replenish, and reclaim your life with God. Okay? You have to do that. You have to be willing to restore and replenish and reclaim yourself. So how have you restored and replenished and reclaimed yourself?
Honestly, just doing this. Doing the real brand. I feel like I'm in my prime. A lot of people don't know that your prime can be any year. You can be 5 years old, 7 years old, 20, 40, 45, 50, 75. And I just think your prime is just about when you're doing your best work as an individual.
Absolutely.
So right now I feel like doing this real brand, being here with Kahdejah, big accomplishment. It's a big accomplishment for me. So I feel like what I'm doing now is how I'm giving back, or giving back to myself as a as an individual, because I feel like I owe myself a lot. So yeah.
Same here. Everything that he said and much more. Like I said, it takes a lot of hard work, guys, to do what you really want to do in your lifetime. It takes a lot of hard work, and you cannot expect yourself to just become this person that you want to be overnight. It does not work like that. Honestly.
I do it work now. Tell us how it works.
Okay. He wants to hear me talk now. All right. So how it works is this. You have to fall on your behind multiple times, because that's how you learn the lessons that you need to get to where you're trying to go.
Hold on. So we talked about this, we want the raw, we want Kahdejah. Like, tell us what you talking about, fall on your behind. That's, tell us what you really want to say.
All right. You have to lose out on things. Wait, I'm going to go a little more raw. If you want to be a boss, okay, you have to take losses.
Right.
And you have to be willing to take those losses in order to get to where you're trying to go. If you're not willing to take any losses, there's no point. Come on in, have a seat. You're more than welcome. There's no point. There's no point in you trying to enter this area of entrepreneurship. There's no point in you trying to say, it don't matter if you want to be a singer. It does not matter if you want to be a rapper. It does not matter if you want to be the next truck company owner. You are going to have to go through those obstacles to become the person that you need to be. And they are called growing pains. That's all they're called.
Can you tell us some, about some growing pains
that I experienced?
Yeah. And we want the raw.
Okay. All right. So some growing pains that I have experienced, honestly. I opened my first business in 2018.
Hold on, can you tell everybody, let's tell them, for the people who don't know you, tell them, kind of basic information. How old are you?
Okay. Well, my name is Kahdejah Evonne Stevens.
Right.
I love to use Evonne because Evonne means warrior, and I'm a warrior. I'm a fighter. Okay. I am 24 years old. I just turned 24 on January 29th. Okay.
Congratulations.
I just turned 24 years of age on January the 29th. I am in the clinical psychology field, studying to become a doctor of behavioral health. So, yes, I work very hard. I own my own anger management clinic. I am a certified anger management specialist. And I am a book author of 5 books.
What makes you a specialist? Like, I hear a lot of people say...
What makes me a specialist? Yeah. Because I was in that particular field of study. It takes continuous education hours and going to a significant school to get that certain criteria and those credentials on the end of your name.
Yeah. So you stamped and approved, basically.
Yes, basically.
She stamped and approved.
I am the youngest. The youngest anger management specialist in Memphis, Tennessee, and the only one at that. It's actually 2 of us, but I don't think she pops up anymore on the anger management specialist directory. So, the thing about anger, I'm going a little more into that. The thing about anger, it is not in the clinical psychology text or the curriculum. So if you want to specialize in the anger field, you have to go to the Anger Management Institute in order to get that degree, that continuous education.
What institution did you go to?
The Anger Management Institution, the National Anger Management Institution.
Is it one of those in Memphis?
No, it's strictly online. And the thing about doing strictly online work too, you have to have an area of focus.
Yeah.
All my work is strictly online right now. I'm studying for my doctorate strictly online. It's a lot of typing, it's a lot of writing. And if we want to go back to this book, it takes a lot of focus to get to this point. Okay, so first I'm going to third day devotion. And like I said, I believe in all spiritual messages that God sent me. So when I was done writing my book, took days and nights to write this book. When I was done writing the book, I looked at the word count at the bottom of the laptop. And the word count was 30,000 words. 30,000 words in this book. And I couldn't believe I even typed 30,000 words. I was like, I typed 30,000 words. Yes, I did. 30,000 words in this book. This book arrived at my doorstep on the 30th day of January.
Wow.
And it's 30 topics in it. I believe in divine intervention. I believe in spiritual awakening. I believe in all that when it comes to God and the Holy Spirit. And that told me Kahdejah is meant. It was already set in stone. You were supposed to write this book. Yeah. In this book, like I said, I did my 3 R's. But in this book, my first chapter is seek counsel. So basically what I wanted people to do is understand this. If you want to be back close to God, it's a way that you have to live every single day. Yeah. And it's not just what you're doing, it's how you're living. It's a lifestyle, because we all fall short. Yeah. It's basically how are you living in order to replenish yourself with God. To let people know that God is in the room and God is walking with me constantly on a day-to-day basis. If you follow the topics in this book, all 30 of them, it will prove that God is walking with you on a day-to-day basis. I did 30 days because it takes 30 days to get rid of a habit and to start one. That's why I did 30 days. But the last topic in this book is called consistency, because we must remain consistent throughout our lifetime with everything that we are doing, especially with our Christian faith. You have to be consistent. 30 days, 24/7, 365 days a year, you have to be consistent with what you're doing to follow through with God. The way I replenished my life, guys, because I was going down a terrible road at some point in time. Mentally, I forgot. Some days we might feel like, oh, I'm praying. But just because you're praying, that doesn't mean you're not doing. You have to do as well. And I was not doing. So my life was not replenished with God. I was thinking, okay, I'm a Christian. I'm a child of God. We know that. But we have to follow certain rules and not rules and stipulations, but certain guidelines in order to be replenished within his kingdom. So therefore, I lost everything. I lost my business. I lost my job. I lost my house. I lost my apartment. I lost everything. So around that time, of course, I was going through a very tough mental time, mentally. I didn't understand why God would allow me to lose everything like that. I knew he put me in the right positions. I knew he wanted me to fulfill these things within him, but I was not doing it the right way. I did not involve God enough. So in order to reclaim, we can't reclaim anything if we don't have the foundation of God first. So I lost everything. But to this day, since God has restored me and replenished me, I reclaimed everything back. 3 times. Yeah. 3 times more. So in order to be restored, first you have to want to be restored. And you seek counsel. So to restore something is to redo it, right? Yeah. So that's when God is trying to form you into a different person. Now you're walking taller, you're smiling more, you're speaking different because you have been restored. Yeah. You are a new person now. So then after that, he said, okay, you have been restored. I have replenished you. You look new. Now it's time for you to go reclaim everything that the devil has taken from you. So I reclaimed everything, and I was victorious, and nothing stopped me. You're going to fall. If you can't take any losses, you can't be a boss nowhere in your life. I'm just going to let you know.
Yeah.
You're going to fall. And people ask me, how did you come back from that? I don't know.
Exactly.
God. That's the only way. They asked me how. I could have gave up. They asked me, how did you come back from that? I came back because Jesus Christ and God replenished and restored me. That's how I came back. I gained my strength from them. I leaned on them. I stopped leaning on human beings, and I leaned on God. And when I leaned on God, that's why all these beautiful people in the room right now. But the first thing that I did, I seek counsel. It was 3 a.m. I was going crazy. I didn't even know Apostle Floyd. He just was always on my timeline all the time. I'm like, who is this man? He is always up on my timeline all night. Who is this? I finally inboxed him. I said, hey, I see you're a pastor. I haven't been to church in years before I inboxed him. I said, I see you a pastor, apostle. I just want to talk to you about some things. I said, I'm not looking for money. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
I told him, I said, I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking for anything. It was around the time I was about to lose my apartment. I was about to lose everything. I said, I'm not looking for money. I just want someone to pray for me. That's all I wanted. And he told me, he said, how about you come to my office and I'll pray for you? He said, how about you start coming to church? And ever since I started going to church, everything changed. I stopped seeking the wrong things. I stopped seeking that. I started seeking God. I stopped seeking people to be around me. I changed my life. He really replenished me. And eventually I went celibate. Everything changed. Everything changed. So he really did replenish me. I stopped looking for men to love me. I stopped looking for that. I started looking for God. And when I looked for him, and I talk about celibacy in this book as well. When I went celibate, it was so much peace. Peace came over me. I wasn't worried about men following me. I wasn't worried about, is he going to love me tomorrow or today? The only thing I seek was God, and he told me, said, Kahdejah, the right man will come because he will love me. And since he loved me, he will love you like I love you. Yeah. And because of that, I'm completely celibate, and I'm completely pure now. And I really thank God for that. I don't. So what I'm really telling you guys is this. You have to be willing to want to be replenished. You have to seek that. You have to chase that. You have to want to chase your peace. And that's when God will give it to you. Because he's going to know. He wants to know if you can really, if you really want him around. Or do you just want his assets? He wants to know, do you really want him, or do you just want what he can give you? Or do you really want his peace? But you got to understand, no money is going to come into your life or anything if you don't have peace. If you don't have peace, you can't do nothing. And I didn't have peace. You can't write a book if you don't have peace. You can't go to work if you don't have peace. You can't even drive in your car if you don't have peace. So you have to be wanting and willing to see God peace. And you have to make a sacrifice in order to get those blessings. And the sacrifices I made, I got rid of certain friends. I got rid of constantly spending money on unnecessary things. I got rid of going to the wrong places to hang out. And I went celibate. And since I made those sacrifices, he replenished me in every way he could. And he saw that, Kahdejah, you want me, so I'm going to give you everything you need to show people that I am real. And every day, to this day, I just live to show people that God is real. So, with that being said, I'm sorry I got emotional. I'm just saying, because that was, I remember that time, y'all. It was so hard. Oh, my God. Like, I was about to go crazy. But with that being said, I'm going to sign some books and stuff, and take some pictures. If you guys have any questions, ask me. I promise I'll answer them. Yeah. So,
Nope, somebody went out.
That's me right there.
I know I did.
That's mine.